What's up guys, Dwayne here. So today we're going to go over some of the gear that I use for my videos, my vlogs, my documentary work, and all that jazz. Got a lot of questions about it, so I figured why not just make a quick video sharing some of my selected gear choices that I've had for long periods of time, and also what I use to travel with, what I mount to my bike, all that jazz for you gear junkies out there. So let's get into this. Alright, so we're gonna start with the first camera that I use for most of my videos. This is the GoPro Hero 4 Black. This is a great camera. I've actually had the Hero 3 Black before this, but that unfortunately crapped out on me. I had some really bad issues with it, so I had the opportunity to pick this up, and I did. So this is a great camera. I usually shoot at 1080p, 60 frames per second. When I'm doing races or any other kind of fast motion shots, you want to be able to do that. It gives you the opportunity to slow it down if you need to, because it has a higher frame rate, so that works out. In terms of it mounted to this here tripod style tool, this is the Jaws clamp by GoPro, solid clamp. It can pretty much twist and turn in any direction that you wish, which I really like. So it's nice for mounting in different places, and you could just like kind of have it however which way you want, you know. Maybe mount it to my finger here. You could see how I could just pretty much twist and turn this thing, and you know, it's a great camera because you can do pretty much everything with it. You know, it has a really nice wide field of view, and it shoots time lapse. It can shoot photos, pretty much everything. So really great camera, really compact, lightweight, small, easy to bring around and mount to places that you want to film. So great camera overall. GoPro Hero 4 Black. Alright, now in terms of mounting the GoPro to my bike, generally I will use this here, especially for like races and stuff. This works really well. What you do is you pretty much undo the GoPro from the Jaws clamp, and you just pull out the body and pretty much just mount it right on top here, which is great. And you can just kind of put the stud back inside like so. And this pretty much, you can open these, twist them out, and you can mount this right on top of your handlebar, and you'll get like really nice footage in the cockpit. So really good as well. And I also have a K-Edge mount for my Garmin, which also has a mount that I use during races or like group rides and stuff. And I'll mount that. That one mounts upside down to the GoPro, so that'll be also in the front. They're different styles, but I mean, I really like this clamp because it really gives you like that whole experience where you can share you can see the shifters, and you can see what I'm doing in the cockpit. So really great field of view with this particular setup, because you can mount it to your stem and just push it forward or back, and it works really well. So my next camera is the iPhone 6. This is another great camera that I use, an adjunct to my GoPro Hero 4 Black, and it's a great camera. The iPhone 6 shoots really well. It shoots time lapse. You can do photos with it. Solid video quality. So great phone to use if you don't have other gear like GoPro or Canon gear. You can use your phone. You can use any other phone as well that has video, and create something really cool with. And what I mount that with is a Joby grip here. Usually this is really cool too, because you can, similar to the Jaws clamp for the GoPro, this you can pretty much like mount and wrap around, twist on things, and you know, your cell phone mounts on top and everything. So really cool Joby grip. This one actually broke when I was out on a trip to the Catskills, and the piece snapped off, and I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere at the campsite, so unfortunately I had to get another one of these. They're fairly inexpensive. I think I picked this one up for about 15 bucks. And I got that locally from B&H out in New York City. So really easy to get. You can pick them up from like Best Buy, other camera stores, and wherever they sell camera gear. So this is another great choice to use. You want to definitely have some sort of tripod for your gear. You don't want to just kind of hold your phone up and around. I do that often, but it's not really safe. I mean, you're at risk of damaging your gear, so just keep that in mind. It's always just try to keep your gear safe. I've went through lots of gear in my time of video shooting and making, so just make sure you have everything safely stowed away and also protected. So this one here, I have like a screen protector, has like rubber ends on each side, so whenever it bounces around, it won't break or anything. And also it has like a nice little gap here, like it pretty much extrudes from the screen, so when it falls, it won't hit the screen. It'll bounce off the rubber endings on the case, so that's really good. Had this case for a long time and dropped this phone many times, so good to have. Again, what's great with the iPhone is that it's intuitive with the software that I use. I use an iMac, so I can just take the footage and just use AirDrop and pretty much just like drop the footage to the desktop, and I can just pull that, throw that in the folder, done. Next camera is my Ricoh GR. I've had this camera for quite a long time now. I've just started using it actually more for video work, and it's a great little camera. I like it. It's mainly got it for like street photography years ago, and I've actually picked this up because I used to shoot film rangefinder cameras. I had a Zeiss Icon, and I got rid of that camera to fund other gear, and at the time I couldn't I couldn't develop my own black and white film anymore. It was just getting really too cost effective for me, so I got rid of it and picked this up, and I never ever put it down. It's such a great camera. I just started doing more video with it, so if you've seen the footage from the Catskills video, Transitions, part 1 and 2, this is the camera that I use for the entire video in conjunction with the GoPro Hero 4 for the on-bike riding stuff. So great little camera, has a really nice film quality look to it, really nice blacks and really nice contrast. It doesn't shoot 60 frames per second, it only shoots at 30. You can also set it to 24 at 1920 by 1080, so it'll really give you good quality, but in terms of fast motion shots for 60 frames per second, it's not gonna really do so well. But at the same time, it's a really great camera. I love it, it's my go-to, so there we go. That's that. My next camera I'm going to show you is the Canon 5D Mark III. That one's actually filming right now, so I'm gonna take that off and show you what that one's all about. So this is the Canon 5D Mark III, and I'm actually filming this one with my iPhone 6. I love this camera, it's a great camera. However, I don't use it much for any video making for the YouTube channel here. I do use it for stationary shots and bigger projects. If we're doing like any documentary work or short films, this will be the camera to use. It does not shoot at 1080p at 60 frames per second. There is software for it that you can make it do that. I think it's called like Magic Lantern. However, I did not install that on this, so I just kept it at the factory standard, and it shoots at 60 frames per second, sorry, 30 frames per second at 1080p, and that does the job for me. Really great quality on it. I have mounted as a 50mm lens. This is the STM lens by Canon, which is a great lens. I think it has about maybe 9 aperture blades, 8 or 9 aperture blades, which is great in conjunction with, like, you know, its predecessor, which was a little less in terms of the aperture blades. The more aperture blades, the better. It'll give you better bokeh, which is the blur in the background of your shots when you have a really shallow depth of field. I can show you a quick example in the YouTube video here, right there. And it'll give you really nice background blur. And great camera overall. It's really on the heavier side. But when I travel, if I'm going somewhere where I'm going to be riding my bike a lot, I probably won't really bring this. If I'm going like to doing some short films and stuff, or if I have like a really big project, then I'll definitely break this out. And the tripod that I use for this is a Manfrotto tripod, and this is it right here. And I have the 701 HDV head. This is the video head for it. Tripod, extremely heavy. It's aluminum, it's really big and tall. It's kind of annoying to bring around because it's so heavy. But if you want something lighter, you can always take the plunge and get the carbon fiber legs for this particular tripod. But it's an awesome tripod. It's really smooth. I love it. No issues with it. But the Canon 5D3, awesome camera. It's a workhorse. All around good camera, pretty much for everything. Great quality. So that's that. So audio. What I use in field, and again, this is for like documentary work. If I'm really interested in trying to pick up sounds that are really hard to capture with the camera gear. A lot of times, often onboard mics are definitely essential for capturing sounds that you won't normally be able to pick up with your DSLR bodies or any other kind of point and shoot or even GoPro, because we know those lack in sound quality. So this is a Tascam GR100 Mark II, a linear sound recorder, and really great recorder. And I use this to pick up sounds. You can really adjust the levels and everything you need. You have a lot of control with this machine here. And I use that mounted with my Sennheiser MKE600 shotgun mic, which is a great microphone for picking up really good sound. And that's pretty much my audio equipment. So I'll use this mounted on top of the 5D3. You can also put it on top of a boom stand, and you can like point it at your subject where you want to capture the sound. Great for documentary style work and any other kind of professional sound that you would want to capture. You can pick up field recordings with it, which I have done in the past for films, and all around great recorder. And I definitely would recommend these if you're looking to pick up sound and if you want really good quality sound for your videos. In terms of storage, I use a G drive. This is the G-Tech 320 gigabyte drive, mini drive. Really good to travel with. I only bring this if I'm going away for a while. That way I can store my clips on here if I'm planning on filming a lot of video. And I normally wouldn't take this if I'm not bringing my DSLR. So this will just stay right at home. But I have, you know, like I can use cloud for storage. And you can also just like dump it onto your laptop if you're bringing that as well. But this will only come with me if I'm using my DSLR or bring my laptop with me and I have a really big project. But really lightweight, really great to bring around, so you have that storage that you need, and you can just filter your cards and clear them up and just continue shooting. Alright, so in terms of software, I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro CS6. It is my current software and I love it very much. Before this, I was using Final Cut Pro, which is also great, but what I like about the Adobe program is that it's intuitive with the other softwares that I use, like Photoshop and Adobe After Effects. So it works out to be very well. It could be very technical, some aspects of it. Even some things I might not know, I'll find out. You can find a lot of it online, or just playing around with the software. But if you want something a bit more user-friendly, there are other softwares out there, so just look into that. But the only way to get good is to practice, so just continue to edit your video work, and eventually you'll just start nailing it. I mean, yeah, all this gear that I have is great. I mean, I love it. I won't get rid of any of it unless I really need something else. You don't need to fork out $2 grand to buy like a DSLR body. You don't need to put out like $700 to buy a whole entire new GoPro setup. It's all about the right tool for the job. However, I do think you should focus on your artistry. If you kind of getting into video making, if you want to start a YouTube channel, just use whatever you have with you. If you don't have anything right now, I mean, you know, you can use this video to help you determine something that you might want to purchase, or check out other videos online. I do recommend that you just focus on your artistry and focus on building really great visual content, and that will then help you determine what gear is the right tool for you and the work that you're producing. So focus on that and continue to make videos and share your messages across YouTube. And if you have any questions about my gear, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe, like, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.